Welcome to today's Seidokan Saturday. We are on the Seidokan YK, Yakusoku Kumite, YK number 10 out of 11. So next to the last one, Seidokan Yakusoku 10. Now, again, a lot of dojos will teach these right at the beginning, and then you're expected to get better at them, or it's just your core, and then you expand on them as you go. I dole them out one at a time so that we can explore variations and principles as we go. And then, of course, by the time we get up to brown belt, we will have learned them all. And then from brown through black, that's when I start working on variations, different sides, and so forth. So, Kempo Yakusoku 10 starts with a Joran punch. Similar to Goban, to number 5, we're going to step forward under the punch. So it's very common in wrestling. A tactic is called level change. Right? And in boxing, you'll see the same thing, change levels. So I'm not always at the same height. As he's punching high, I go low. Now, in an ideal world, my bony little knob of the wrist is hitting his brachial nerve right above, proximal to his body, above the elbow. If I block here, that's okay. But if I blocked poorly, if I do one of these blocks and he decides to drop his elbow on me, boom, I'm in a bad way. If I blocked properly and driven it away, he's not going to drop his elbow on me. If I blocked really well and come forward in and under and hit the brachial, I'm beyond his elbow, and now I have really good control. So it can be either or, any of the above. Switch sides. So I can block one of 3 ways. Hey, here. But again, if I block poorly and my elbow is too high, I've created an opening. I can block here, where I have a good high block, my elbow is forward, he's going to have a hard time, you can see, as opposed to this, I'm now forward, I have a better angle, he's not going to come in. Or if I block here, I create a whole different feeling in his arm, okay? So, the second one is really the one that I'm going to prefer for this technique, because if I get beyond the elbow, and now I've got to slide back in order to bend the elbow, which you can do, but if I block above the elbow and forward, now I can work into my second portion. I shift to Zenkutsudachi from my Shiko. I bring my thumb hook, the back hook of my thumb, behind and on his brachialis, radial brachialis, boom, creating a bend. I'm going to lock my hands. Now the mean version, which is the original version, is I'm just going to drop straight to my knee and pull him down, which, if you do the math, is going to create a back bend as he drops straight to the ground. Okay? From here, a couple of different ways to finish. The standard is I'm going to come to his elbow and simply punch him somewhere so he doesn't want to move again. The more painful is I pretend I'm doing Pinyan Goran or Pasai, and I do the lawnmower and bring his arm out of its socket. Where's your towel? Lay in your puddle again. That's good. Okay. So again, if I do the block deep into the brachialis, here, now I've got to slide back this way, which I can do as I come forward to bend his arm. Now, the mean version I just showed you, let's come this way a little bit. The nice version is I take 2 more steps. One, as I do that, I'm going to take my right hand to his wrist, my left hand to his elbow. Second step forward, 2. And again, now I'm in position either to push his elbow to the ground or to pull his arm out of the socket, depending on which finishing technique I choose. Okay, so the basic. With those options in mind, this is the set standard technique. And I'll do it once this way, and then once flipped it. High block, I'm above the elbow. This is the easier, more standard. Bend it, and this is very important. I have to do a push, pull. If I just try to do this, I pull his fist onto my head, or I come here and straight. I have to push this up, pull this down. and the standard is the straight drop. Okay? And this side, I'll do the nice version. In and under, hook, step. Now here, my hands are stacked. I'm going to slip, hooking the right hand, left to the elbow. I've taken my first step. Now I take my second step, lock, and finish. Or right here. If you look at this, watch Piñón Nidan. And then I finish with a punch. So even though I'm doing it in here as a wrist, elbow manipulation, it's still high block, high block, high block, just like in Piñón Nidan, the high blocks. That is Seidokan YK Juban, number 10. Thank you for joining. Play with variations. Be very careful if you do the first one where you simply drop straight to the knee. That's very much street reel. Drop them on their head, break their back, rip the elbow joint and the shoulder out. Do those in practice slowly, slowly, slowly. Allow your partner room to escape so you don't damage or kill somebody's joints in a permanent way. Thank you for joining. Like, share, subscribe, comment, ask questions, tell a joke. And until next week, as always, let's keep practicing.